Today we're talking about 5 things you have to know to run your business and travel at the same time. My name's Andy. I do business tips and tricks to help you grow your business. So without further ado, let's check it out. So for the last 2 years, I've been traveling as a digital nomad. I've managed to go to several countries: Poland, Scotland, Romania, Hungary, Mauritius, and a bunch of others. And I must say it's been incredible, and it's been really rewarding. And there's a few things that have really helped me along the way, which I hope to share with you guys today. Before we jump into the 5 things, I do want to really encourage everyone to do this. I mean, for me personally, it's one of the best things that I've done, not just for the fact that it's travel, but the amount of stuff that I've learned and the way other economies operate. And for business, it is really useful. Let's jump into the list. First off, set yourself up for it. So leaving your business and heading off for traveling is probably one of the scariest things that you can do. It was for me. I honestly didn't know how it was going to turn out. I was very nervous. I was skeptical. And I was willing to give it 100%. And it was terrifying. But the main thing is that I had set it up. I didn't just one day wake up, cool, I'm going traveling, and then just head out the door. For a long time, I had been planning it. I hadn't started any businesses for a long time before that I decided to travel that involved me being physically there. That's like key. When you're starting a business and you want to travel, you obviously have to make sure that you're not a physical component of that to be present there. So I had set it up with quite a lot of remote things, and luckily, the way it was structured, I wasn't actually there. Even from the very beginning days, I mean, I was obviously running it from my bedroom at one stage, but then as soon as I could, I tried to move that away from me actually being physically involved in it and just giving input where I could via digital comms. So it was kind of set up. You do have to set yourself up for that. If you do want to travel, just start setting it out from now. Just plan it out. Go and just say, okay, how can I start slowly removing the physical components of the business for more value components that you can deliver via a digital means. So that's setting yourself up for it. You do have to plan long in advance, and you do have to just sort of plan it out. But if you do that, you should be golden. Okay, second tip. This one is probably one of the trickier ones as well. It is discipline. Once you're traveling and when you're abroad, you have to really be disciplined. I know just like a lot of maybe you guys see on my Instagram and things like that, it seems like I live this super glamorous life of just traveling and jet setting and this and that. But when you actually see behind the scenes, it's, my usual morning starts around 5:30 in the morning, and I'm up and I'm doing admin and emails and all the stuff that's not glamorous. It doesn't crack the story, spreadsheets galore, all my integrations, all the API stuff that's, maybe broken, deliver, email complaints and things like that, all sorts of things, all the not fun things that are being done early in the mornings, basically right through the whole day till about 3-4. Then it's sort of my evenings and my weekends are travel and exploration time. So it's often food and different places and just local travel from where I'm stationed. But if you're not disciplined and you don't make time available to train your staff and you don't make time available to chat with your team and to make sure that everything's running smoothly, it's not going to work. You do have to be prepared to still actually put in the hours for running your business. If your business is maybe a bit more developed, you can obviously downscale some of those hours as sort of like a leading into a retirement type of thing. But for the most part, if you're in a growing business, there's no chance of just stepping away and think it'll just carry on growing. You just still have to give it 100%. Number 3 is time zones. So you have to make sure that you pick your destinations that work with your team's time zone. Look, there are some things, if it's not so time sensitive, you could maybe have a different time zone and then you just take over at night, which also works really well for some businesses where you other guys knock off at 4 and then your remote team knocks on at 5:30, something like that, and they work through the night, and then by the morning everything's done. Also, if you have clients in another time, in the current time zone, it looks really good when they wake up and everything's done somehow, because you've got a team that takes over in the middle of the night for them. So that is really handy. But also, if your team doesn't work like that, you do have to factor it in. Sometimes you may have to experience a bit of time zone things, but if you can do in the 4-hour sort of window, you can mostly have parts of the day that are overlapping. But if you go to somewhere that's 7, 8, 9 hours time zone difference, it's going to be a little bit complicated. So do bear that in mind. Number 4 is you have to be smart with the tools that are available. These days it's so easy to just call back. I remember traveling early days before pre-WhatsApp, and having to use just like not really knowing how to call home. I think Skype was the only way to call back, and that had like, that was always a bit buggy. But yeah, these days you have WhatsApp, Zoom, Google Meet, all of these sort of things. Notion's all collaborative. Google Docs is all collaborative. Even the video editors that we use, the video editing software for this video is collaborative. Pretty much everything. Google Drive's collaborative. There's no nothing stored in a place, or you have to meet somewhere. Everything's online. Even our suppliers are getting to know us, that it's like, we'll do business with you and we're super happy to work with you, but we'll probably might not see face to face for a long time, because we'll obviously jump on a meet or a call. But yeah, we run it works well for efficiencies as well, and also just for travel, it's a massive benefit. But yeah, number 5, probably the most important thing that you have to note before traveling and working is trust your team. So I've got a team of 7 here in South Africa, and literally if I didn't trust them, there would be no way I would ever be able to do this by any means or any standard. So from the get-go, I've always run the business with picking a team that it's like I would want to hang out with, or I would want to just be with outside of work. It's not necessarily a thing on like picking just getting the most expert person for the least amount of money. For me it's like, no, I'm probably going to be with this small team while the business grows for a few years, and it's like I want those people around me to be people I enjoy being around every day, and people that I trust, and people that trust me, and likewise. So it's, yeah, I can't express how important that is enough. If you don't trust your staff and you want to travel, it's not going to work. You have to pick people that are going to be basically your buddies, and people that you are happy to hang out with. So yeah, you have to do that. If you've not got trust in your business, you're going to run into issues. You're not going to be there. You're not going to be able to step in and check something out, or step in and help out. You have to trust that they'll be able to deal with whatever, at least until you're back online or the time zone works out. So guys, that was my 5 tips and tricks to travel and work at the same time. So hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Until then, peace guys.